Hi students, welcome to lesson 26, PRA Participatory Rural Appraisal, PLA Participatory Learning and Action. Meaning, principles, techniques, advantages and limitations. Part B. Let us now explore the different methods and tools of PRA, which is extremely interesting and diversified. PRA fieldwork can be a researcher's paradise for that matter. PRA is an exercise in communication and transfer of knowledge. The learning by doing and teamwork spirit of PRA requires transparent procedures. For that reason, a series of open meetings generally frame the sequence of PRA activities. Semi-structured interviewing and focus group discussions are also widely used in PRA. PRA employs a wide range of methods to enable people to express and share information and to stimulate discussion and analysis. Many are visually based. For example, maps show lives, where and the location of important local features and resources such as water, forests, schools and other services. Flow diagrams indicate linkages, sequences, causes, effects, problems and solutions. Seasonal calendars show how food availability, workloads, family health, prices, wages and other factors vary during the year. Matrices or grids scored with seeds, pebbles or other counters compare things such as the merits of different crop varieties or tree species or how conditions have changed over a period of time. PRA activities usually take place in groups working on the ground or on paper. The ground is more participatory and helps empower those who are not literate. Visual techniques provide scope for creativity and encourage a frank exchange of views. They also allow cross-checking. Using combinations of PRA methods, a very detailed picture can be built up, one that expresses the complexity and diversity of local people's realities far better than conventional survey techniques such as questionnaires. Broadly, PRA methods are space-related methods, time-related methods and relationship-related methods. Space-related methods include social map, resource map, mobility mapping, services and opportunities map and transect walk, etc. Time-related methods include timeline, trend analysis, historical transect, seasonal diagram, dream map, etc. Relationship-related methods include Venn diagram, matrix ranking, etc. The space-related methods are useful for exploring the spatial dimensions of people's reality. Social map is the construction of a map of the village living area. Using the easily available things like rangoli powders or chalk, stones, small sticks, fruits, flowers, anything which is locally available, the maps are made on the ground by the local people. This is the USP of PRA. The things to be used are decided by the local people, which reflect their ways of thinking. Through this exercise, an understanding of the village layout showing the main features such as housing, temples, stores and other infrastructure. Once the base map is established, it is possible to build on to different types of information such as the human and animal senses, education and health status, land holding and economic status, and many other such items of interest about which information is required for the purpose of development planning. For this purpose, different types of seeds can be used to indicate a specific category or item. For example, if it is animal husbandry census, then tamarind seeds are used to indicate bullocks, custard apple seeds for buffaloes, castor seeds for crossbred cows, and all these are locally available. The social map can be used to identify different caste groups, cattle owners to identify past and present, integrated rural development program beneficiaries or any other program beneficiaries, educational status, etc. In fact, any kind of information under the sun can be collected using social map. The resource map which is made using the same resources as used in social map is used to locate the resources of an area such as village, forest, watershed, etc. Items such as dry land, irrigated land, grazing land, forest land, revenue and temple land, and other water bodies can be identified using resource mapping. The resource mapping can also be used to prepare treatment plans for soil and water conservation, forestry, etc., and it can go a long way in the process of natural resource management. The transect walk are the observatory walks through the village living area or the area surrounding the village, such as hillocks, fields, type of land and soil, etc. This exercise is done with the farmers as guides. It helps not only to locate and pinpoint various physical aspects, but also to understand and discuss with the people the background of these items. This facilitates in locating the areas which can be developed. Transects are used as prerequisites for mapping. Zoning of different areas in ecological zones, land use mapping, productivity zoning, locating indigenous technologies, etc. It plays a very significant role in rapport building with the local people, without which PRA cannot be done. It facilitates in participation of various maps and models of PRA. Let us now understand the time related PRA methods which are used to explore the temporal dimensions of people's realities. It allows the people to use their own concept of time. The commonly used time related methods include timeline, trend analysis, historical transect, seasonal diagram, dream map, etc. Timeline, for example, is a chronology or sequence of events that have taken place in a particular village or area. These may pertain to the general history of the village or to specific subjects or sectors such as health, education, agriculture, animal husbandry, etc. The timeline for agriculture could be used to indicate the occurrences of droughts in the adoption of new crops and varieties, high yielding varieties, fertilizer usage, etc. Timeline on animal husbandry, for example, could include the shifts in populations of small and large animals, introduction of crossbreeds, major diseases, epidemics, etc. It can be used to find out the background of a village or the evolution of specific activities or issues like health, education and other social amenities and economic activities. The seasonality diagram is made using the same resources as used in social map, is highly significant exercise which is used to understand and determine seasonal patterns in rural areas as related to rainfall, farming practices, employment, etc. In seasonality, The seasonal calendar is understood, which the villagers practice. This is then adjusted to the English calendar. This method can also be used to indicate rainfall, agricultural operations, employment, understand the credit and fodder availability, grazing patterns, milk yield, disease patterns, etc. The matrix ranking is done when it is required to compare and study the merits and demerits of a variety of items such as different types of crops, animal breeds, favorability of festivals, etc. The exercise is done by means of preparing a visual chart with the items on one side and the criteria for comparing on the other side. These criteria are to be listed by the villagers themselves. For example, in case of crops, the criteria could be gram yield, quality, drought resistance, disease resistance, etc. Once the chart is made, then the scoring is done, that is, points can be given for each item by placing seeds or stones. In case if a variety of breeding is extremely disease resistant, say maximum, then the farmer may give 5 points, the following would get 4 and so on. The relationship related PRA methods are used to study the relationships between the various items or various aspects of the same item. This type includes Venn diagram, matrix ranking, etc. The Venn diagram popularly is called as chapati diagram and shows the relationships of various institutions, organizations, programs or individuals with each other and with the village as perceived by the villagers. The exercise is carried out with the use of different sizes of circles which indicate the relative importance or unimportance of a particular institution, individual to that particular village. In general terms, this method could be used to establish the total picture in terms of the village's relationship with different institutions such as banks, milk cooperatives, agriculture cooperatives, market, etc. The size of the circle denotes its relative importance for the people of the village. The other methods used in PRA are observation, semi-structured interview, secondary data review, probing, trend analysis, rapid report writing, etc., which can be used appropriately to gain information and deeper insights into the life of rural, tribal as well as urban community. Proper interviewing helps in gaining more accurate insights into the community situations, problems, customs, practices, systems, values and the way people think, act and perceive things. Let us now understand the different areas of application where PRA can be used. PRA has been applied in almost every domain of development and community action, both urban and rural. Some of the areas examples include natural resource management, agricultural and associated occupations through cooperatives, establishing land rights of indigenous people, slum development, HIV/AIDS awareness and action, anti-poverty programs, disaster management, negotiation and conflict resolution, adult literacy, women empowerment, thrift movement, urban planning and assessment, etc. Though this list is not exhaustive, these are only few examples of areas of PRA application. Let us now understand the advantages and limitations of PRA. The target group's real priorities are identified. This is one of the most important advantage of PRA. In PRA, the target group, that is local people, are asked about the immediate problems and they are facing. The outsiders do not impose their solutions on these problems, rather they explore the solutions with the local people in which they are really interested. Another advantage of PRA is delegation of responsibilities. PRA encourages self-reliant development with most of the responsibilities to manage and execute the developmental activities done by local people. This creates a sense of ownership and enthusiasm among the local people, and thus the efficiency to achieve the goal also increases. Motivation of local development workers. The local development workers of non-government organizations, government or other agencies who are involved in the development projects or programs get motivated through their participation in PRA activities by knowing the grassroots level problems and priorities of the people. PRA helps to ensure better understanding and commitment of local workers. In return, people at administrative and organizational levels also become aware about the requirements and priorities of workers and community. Use of local resources is a significant advantage of PRA. PRA encourages participation of the local people and they design the activities by keeping in mind the availability of the resources that are present in their surroundings. This makes complete use of existing local resources like manpower, time, material resources and others. It also brings desirable behavioral changes and uses indigenous knowledge. PRA provides basic information where little is known. It helps to get a better picture of needs and ability of the organizations to meet them. It helps in planning projects that are more relevant, restructuring administration, assisting in decision making and policy formulation. However, there are also certain limitations of PRA. Let us understand them. PRA is a tedious process whereby it takes a longer time for development to be implemented. Certain individuals take advantage of the discussion by voicing out their own problems. Expectations of community members often cannot be realized all the times. This is due to the political situation, the local power and social structure or bureaucracy in institutions which are supposed to be supporting development. Lack of interagency understanding and working together between the stakeholder agencies and local communities also limitation of PRA. The risk of dominating activities by certain local groups as certain sectors in local community tend to dominate activities such as the identification of problems and needs and suggestions of activities. Failure to take account of stratification in communities. In PRA, decisions about how to accommodate the conflicting interests of different groups need to be left to the community itself. The role of outsiders involved in PRA is to encourage negotiation between different interest groups. However, if the community decides otherwise, then it would be difficult for the outsiders to do something about this. Let us now summarize this lesson. The essence of PRA is change and reversals of role, behavior, relationships and learning. Outsiders do not dominate and lecture. They facilitate, sit down, listen and learn. Outsiders do not transfer technology, they share methods which local people can use for their own appraisal, analysis, planning, action, monitoring and evaluation. PRA is highly instrumental in not only collecting data and information but also facilitating the participation of the local people in decision making and developmental activities. Many non-government organizations, that is NGOs, are using PRA as a developmental tool and means, especially in the regions of high percentages of illiteracy and poverty. Let us have no doubt about the fact that in contemporary times, PRA as a qualitative research can play a very important role in the process of development, and therefore there is a serious need to acknowledge, accept and implement it at all the grassroots level for a better policy making and better development prospects.